All right, guys, I know it's been a long time, but I'm finally getting back to working on the truck. I'm getting everything tore back down to get, the frame, suspension, fuel tank, everything underneath a gloss black. Then I'm gonna match the patina on the cab there onto the bed sides, obviously, and the bed floor too. But yeah, I know it's been a long time, but you can see that some things have changed around here. But because like that steel rack used to be way over there, got the press over there now. I got the jib crane finally put up, so been doing a lot of other things. So it's kind of been just thrown in the back corner, but we're gonna get back on it and get back to it and hopefully get her done for some shows this year. So yeah. So I got one bedside up here, but I got a little bit of welding to do, and I'm gonna try to like grind the letters off of the carriage bolts to make them kind of look more like, I guess you call them like the hot rivets, I think is what they call them. But so I'm not sure what I showed you and what I didn't, but you can see there where my frames are, welded together. This is totally custom. That's a 04 Duramax frame. But you can see I just completely welded it, and obviously you can see the burn through. There's a fish plate on the inside. So you don't want just a straight cut for strength, So I did a little like angle Z cut, whatever the hell you want to call it. But these little tabs are for my bed sides to hold the bedside on. So I gotta weld those still. That's the linear actuator for the bed floor. I got the fuel neck coming through the cab now, so I can actually use that now. I still got to weld my gooseneck cover plate, basically. That's not actually what's holding the gooseneck itself, gooseneck hitch itself. There's actually heavy angle iron underneath there. Then on the back side, it's actually 1 inch by 3 inch solid stock. You can see it right there. So it's plenty strong, and it actually goes through the frame there. That's not just butt welded to the side there. It actually goes inside of it, so you're actually pulling on steel, not just relying on a weld. I'm not saying the weld won't hold, but have more assurance that it will hold. So way overbuilt, but whatever. So I'll get that bedside done, welded, maybe even wire wheel it, clean it up, then do this bedside, then start tearing the rest of this stuff apart. And my bed floor is over there. Still gotta get boards for that. Well, I actually have the boards. I just gotta get them cut and planed down. So we'll get going on this and see how far we can get. All right, so I've been really working on it. Not on video, sadly, but been trying to just bust this thing out. I got the firewall pretty much shaved, I guess. I guess not shaved, just kind of plugged, all the little holes. Plugged that, and got the tunnel kind of more figured out. You can kind of see I got the tunnel more figured out there. Then made a little piece for that just to kind of cover up where I had to mount that firewall to where it came out for the pedals and stuff. So I gotta get this thing completely disassembled still, but I'm gonna get this cab out of here with the forklift. I gotta get the forklift up my dad's. So get that out of here, get this thing back on the hoist, get it all disassembled, and the rear axle off of there, and start getting this welded, all those little brackets welded, and clean it up and start painting. But yeah, we'll get on to it. So I got everything welded that needed welded. I got all these little tabs welded for my bed sides, and that's for a brake line. I think they're from Speedways where I got them, up there in Lincoln. But got my plate welded in, That weld kind of looks weird because obviously there was already another weld on the frame rail there, so I laid another one on top of it. So then I welded these, so I'll have to grind those back off, but then I haven't wire wheeled this side yet. Welded the tabs for the linear actuators. Another set of tabs up there for the bed sides. There's my splice where I spliced the frames together. So yeah, that's about it. I still gotta make my safety chain hooks, I guess you wanna call it. But other than that, we're gonna clean it up tomorrow and hopefully prime it, but we'll see on that. It'll be a struggle trying to get this thing done, but yeah, we'll get on to it tomorrow. So I'm back out here this morning. I'm just now trying to get this axle out of here. I just got this airbag unbolted. I'm gonna get the other one unbolted. Had a little bit more to weld. I redid my little, what do you call it? Man, I'm blank. Jeez, that's terrible. So I got the axle out from underneath there. It was a little bit sketchy. I had to, ratchet strap it down. It's kind of wobbly a little bit, but there's a lot of weight out there. But yeah, I'm gonna get the wheels and tires off of that axle, get it picked up on some sawhorses, clean it up, clean up the rest of this, and I mean, I'm not sure if we're gonna get to paint today, but we're gonna get her cleaned up for sure. But yeah, we'll get started. So I'm basically just gonna do like a Craigslist rebuild on this thing, because I'm not gonna go into crazy detail, taking everything apart to get painted. But in those adapters, I think I want the backside painted for sure, because I mean they're gonna rust like crazy. They've already started, rusting. It's been in the shop, so it's dry. But I know I don't want to paint this face, and the hub where the wheel actually sits. Inside there, it'd be nice if it was painted, but I don't know. It's just gonna rust like crazy is what it's gonna do. But just like the rotors, I mean, obviously I don't want to paint those. The dust cover would kind of be nice to be painted, but I'm not gonna go crazy on it. Just as long as the body, the actual axle housing is painted and the truss. That's all I really care about, because I mean that wheel and tire is going to be covering all that anyway, so you'd really have to look in there and see it's all rusty. But I might clean it up a little bit and spray it a little bit, but I'm not going crazy with it. Just as long as the center section here is painted good, that's all you're going to really see. All this has got to be cleaned up still, so yeah. Get on with a bunch of wire wheeling, but I wanted to have this thing blasted, but I'm not doing that anymore, and I'm just gonna wire wheel it really good, wipe it down with some prep and clean, and sand it a little bit, spots that need to be done, so it gets a good adhesion with the primer. But I'm just gonna use tractor paint basically, so nothing fancy. It's a Patina truck anyway, so who really cares? Just as long as it holds good, and tractor paint isn't terrible. So I'm gonna prime it with tractor paint, and paint it a gloss black, everything here, and obviously here too. Another thing, I don't know if you guys saw this red paint, but that's actually weld through primer. I weld through primer the whole inside of this thing, so the inside wouldn't start rusting. So it's all primered inside there. I just need to coat it with a good black on the outside. So yeah, it's not gonna rust from the inside. That's a good thing at least. But I have new cover to go on it, which is like a, what is it, ATS or something like that cover. So shine it up a little nice and look pretty good. So, you know, kind of accent with the wheels, you know, it's just a machine face kind of thing. But keep going. I still need a, you know, plastic, the whole engine, transmission, all that. So I don't want to just bore you with time lapses, but I'm just going to clean this frame up with the wire wheel. And actually, I'm getting that grinder really hot. So I wish I had a 7-inch wire wheel for my 7-inch grinder, but I don't right now. Maybe I can go and get one sometime. But that's what I should be using, really. Should be using a sandblaster, actually. But so this roll pan here, I don't want to prime it, so because I'm going to patina it later. And this top section here, I want to patina that too. And I think I'm just gonna go down the front with the patina also. You know, that's gonna be the only thing underneath the bed floor that's patinaed, but I think it'll look fine. So I don't have like a, you know, a weird paint line there. I think I'm just gonna integrate patina down in the under section too, just on that piece. So I don't want to prime that, so I'll have to mask that off. But yeah, I'm just going to keep on wire wheeling, and I'll get back to you when I'm done wire wheeling. And I'll probably mask everything off, get ready for paint. So yeah. So I gotta let this paint sweat, I guess, with the hardener. Then I'll reduce it to put it in a gun. But I'm just using a cheap Harbor Freight gun. We'll just see how it works. I mean, it shot primer just fine. So we'll see on the base coat. I mean, if it doesn't come out very good, I guess whatever. It's the first time I've ever done it, so I've done it a little bit, but not very much. Not to this scale, at least. So we'll see. All right, so I got the first coat of the black tractor paint on. And it came out pretty good for, you know, a guy like me. You can kind of see it's not perfect, but it doesn't look too bad. I mean, for a damn fuel tank, it don't look too bad. But yeah, the frame looks pretty damn sharp, really. I didn't have enough paint for, you know, a few spots back here, but nobody will ever see that. That they'll see, but I'll have to. I'm getting some more paint, what do you call it? I think they call it like sweat. You gotta, when you put hardener in, you gotta let it sit for 15 minutes. So I'm stirring it just kind of occasionally. I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do or not, but it laid down pretty nice. So suppose that was right. Hopefully it stays on there. But yeah, we'll get the next coat on or get that finished. I think I gotta wait like almost 6 or 8 hours before I can put the second one on, is what the can was telling me. So I guess I'll put it on late tonight. But yeah, it came out pretty good, not too bad. There's a few spots I missed, but we'll get them. I'm gonna put clear on it, so it'll look pretty sharp. All right, so I got kind of a mess in here, but I got everything cleared. I put 2 coats of clear. You know, some of it's not perfect. Actually, this axle came out pretty darn good, but the worst spot in the whole paint job is this rear box. And I switched guns and I didn't adjust it quite perfect, so I got some orange peel, but it's not terrible. And really, you're only gonna see this little portion here because that's, you know, right inside the tailgate. The tailgate, you know, flips right up to this. So, but the frame actually turned out pretty good. I mean, there's some little runs, but nothing crazy. I mean, it came out really good for a guy that's really never used a spray gun before. So yeah, we're gonna put the rear cover on here and clean this mess up. So yeah. Oh, and I didn't mention, I clear coated these shocks and reservoirs. I had to tape, you know, everything off there, but they came out really good. So hopefully they'll look pretty good once they're on the truck. So yeah. So I got the tires back on. I'm gonna roll this thing underneath here and bolt it up. Got the bars over there. You guys saw me put that cover on. I didn't drain the fluid. I just used the fluid that was already in it. Obviously I gotta put more in it, but I'm gonna change the thing completely after I, you know, run it just a little bit. So that's why I didn't put brand new fluid in there, because it's kind of expensive. But yeah, we're gonna roll this underneath, lower this thing down, bolt those bars up. So yeah. Finally got my hardware for my suspension. It definitely sat out in the rain last night, but it's all right. It's all stainless, so it doesn't matter. But I got these bars in here yesterday, so the axle's basically completely where it needs to be. I measured it and everything, made sure my bars were correct. I got the air dog on, got the bags bolted up. Still got a lot to do. Those are just sitting in there right now, those bolts. But yeah, people don't tell you, but just this hardware for just the suspension is like $200. So it's little things that add up, I guess, on something like this. But we're gonna get that going and see how far we can get today. All right, so I got the bolts in the front. You can kind of see they're a little long, you know, for the setup I got there, but I think they'll be fine. I tried to get them a 1/4 inch shorter and they didn't have them. So, you know, I could cut them down, but you know what, it's fine. So I put anti-seize on every one of them. Obviously with stainless hardware, you gotta use anti-seize. But I'm gonna put the bolts in the rear, you know, the rear bars, you know, obviously there, and the triangulated bars up top. So gonna get those bolts in and we'll get back with you. half-ass patina the firewall there. You can see it's pretty bright compared to like up there, and you can kind of compare it to there. So it's not perfect, but it's close. But I kind of scuffed up, you know. Actually, before I painted it, I put some rubbing compound, little blotches everywhere, and over there too. You know, so when I went across it with a towel, I could just wipe the paint right off. And then I ended up scuffing it a little bit with like some Scotch-Brite. But yeah, then I started spraying it with hydrogen peroxide, vinegar, and salt. I sprayed it with that, and it's starting to rust a little bit. I need to spray it some more, but it's not terrible. It doesn't look, you know, all just bare steel now, so that's good. So it's gonna be kind of hard to match this on the bed sides. So I'll have to probably have them remix the paint, maybe just dole it out a little bit more, and hopefully we can do it. But it's gonna be, I don't know, I'm not looking forward to it because I'm not very good at that stuff, so we'll see, I guess. So I got everything kind of hooked up. I'm trying to work on the headlights here, and these like bezel-like things supposed to somehow, you know, cut it out so these LEDs will actually fit in there. Because obviously you look at the back of this one, then you look at the back of this, you got to cut out, you know, all of that center almost, so you just have like a lip all the way around. But I'm probably gonna test that out on one of them and see if it actually works. Then we'll, you know, do it to the rest of them, make sure it's gonna work. Then obviously this flips over, and that's your chrome trim. But then I got the other, the bezels right here. I actually go around the headlight. So I got a mess. I'm trying to get this thing, you know, somewhat buttoned up, because I got a buddy that has a 24 valve Cummins that we're gonna put in a 08 Ford. So I'm trying to get this kind of buttoned up. Paint's not gonna get done before that, but get it to where it's running again, get it out of the way, get that truck in here, and get that project started. So this will be put on hold for a little bit, but we're gonna get these done and see how far we can get that today. Test fit it. Obviously they kind of look kind of turned a little bit, so I have to, there's like a little line up groove, so I have to like trim a little bit of it and straighten it back out. But you know, I kind of like the old style look of these, but obviously these aren't really very bright at all. But I think you'll like them a lot better once the amber rings are lit up. I think they'll look pretty good. You know, they switch back from white as your running light, then amber and your turn signal, and obviously headlights, low beams, high beams. So I'll cut these out and I'll just mess with that one. End off this video. On the next video, you'll see me get this bed painted. So stay tuned for it, and we'll see you guys later.